I welcome you all for our session 3 of chapter 7, environmental changes. Now in this particular session, before I start with, I had given you a task in the last session to write down neatly the causes and effects of global warming. So I'm sure you all have finished it up and you all have revised it well. Because to understand preventive measures, you first need to have an idea about the causes and effects of global warming. So I'm sure you're thorough with this topic of causes and effects, and today we are going to study something more different. uh, Rather, we are going to find a solution for the problem. uh, I'm sure you all are aware with the preventive measures. More or less, I think we have done many activities in the school related to paper bags and to recycle things, to make something new from the waste materials. We have been doing these things, so it will be a sort of revision for us to get more better towards our activities, so that we can help in protecting our planet. So today again we are going to brush up things that we already know about preventive measures of global warming, and apart from that we'll also look into the global policy in order to protect our environment. So today also it's going to be very interesting. You're going to learn something more different, and you can also keep down noting down important points, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this session. So let's get started for our session. Now, in this session, basically I'll discuss about the preventive measures of global warming. So, firstly, we'll see why it is very important for us to stop global warming and how can we stop global warming. So, that is the main issue that we'll be dealing with today. So, we'll first start with how can we stop global warming. So, we'll just look into it. The heat trapping greenhouse gases are increasing. Global temperature is rising. Planet is warming. The glaciers are melting and the sea level is rising. Now, these are the effects of global warming. So, what the greenhouse gases are doing, they are constantly trapping the heat and increasing the temperature. So, the global temperature is increasing, planet is getting warmed up, the glaciers are melting, and the sea level is rising. So, this is a very big problem that the entire countries of the world are facing. So, with these adverse effects of global warming, we need to implement ways to stop global warming and protect the planet. So, there are so many problems that we are facing because of global warming. So, it becomes very important for all of us to take this issue very seriously and make important steps, or you can take creative steps to stop global warming and protect our planet. So now we'll move to measures to prevent global warming. So we'll look into important measures that helps in reducing global warming. So the first one is drive less. Air pollution is one of the major factors that leads to an increase in greenhouse gases. So air pollution is increasing day by day, and it is one of the important factor which is leading to rise in greenhouse gases. So greenhouse gases are increasing, which is leading to more temperatures. Minimize the use of cars and make use of public transportation. So the personal vehicles can be avoided. Carpooling is one of the good option. Traveling by public transportation is also a very nice option because that will help in reducing air pollution. So this kind of creative steps can be taken so that we can save our planet from this air pollution. So the next option to prevent global warming is plant trees. Deforestation plays an important role in global warming and in climatic changes. So deforestation is actually playing an important role in global warming and in climatic changes. So we need to make sure that we plant more and more trees. So planting trees is helpful as they absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and regulates the climate. So as we keep on planting trees, the CO2 gas will be absorbed and it will not create any much problem, and it will help in regulating the climate. So planting trees is very important in order to regulate the climate. So we need to stop deforestation and start afforestation. The next important measure to prevent global warming is responsible consumption and recycling. So we all need to adopt responsible consumption simply because it is very important in order to protect the environment. So adopting responsible consumption habits is crucial, be it regarding food, cosmetics, or cleaning products. So we need to make our choices more smart by taking smart decision to eat locally grown seasonal food that doesn't adversely affect the environment with pesticides or the use of fuel. Buy locally grown produce is not only better for you and the environment, it is tremendously beneficial to the local economy. So we need to make sure that we make smart choices in eating and we only purchase which is easily available and locally grown. Recycling is an absolute necessity for dealing with waste. So as we recycle things, it will create less burden on the environment. So recycling is a very good option and very necessary as per the situation that will help in dealing with the waste. The next important measure to prevent global warming is to save water. So make sure to turn off taps while brushing, go for shorter showers, and do not waste water by cleaning your cars or bikes. So we need to make sure that we use water more judiciously and wisely. So when you're brushing, make sure that you turn off your taps, go for shorter showers, and do not waste water by cleaning your cars or bikes. So you can use a wet cloth and clean your car or bike rather than using lots of water. So wherever extremely necessary, only there you can use water. Whereas where you have an other options available, I think water needs to be avoided because it is very important and source of life. So we need to save water. The next measure to prevent global warming is to use energy efficient appliances. Now, mostly when we go to purchase products, we tend to purchase goods which are, less on energy saving and more on saving money. So, most of the time, we go for cheaper products which are not that costly, but mostly it could emit more of carbon dioxide gas, the other greenhouse gases. So, we always ignore the environment and always look out for saving lot of money. So use energy efficient appliances. So here we are talking of Energy Star certified products which are more efficient, that can help to save energy, save money, and reduce carbon footprint. So today most of the products are not only saving energy as well as reducing carbon footprint, but they are also excellent in saving money. So we need to go for such kind of products which are saving the environment as well as the money. So it's always highly advisable to use energy efficient appliances. Now in the next topic, I'll be discussing about the global policy to protect environment. So the countries of the world gathered at Stockholm in 1972. So basically, in order to bring solution to global warming, in order to stop global warming, since it is a global problem, different countries of the world decided to meet in a particular place and have a discussion on global warming, find out the reason to fight against global warming, and the developing nations gathered at Stockholm and various other different locations in order to have a strong discussion on global warming. So the countries of the world gathered at Stockholm in 1972 to think ways to protect the environment. Another convention was held at Copenhagen, Denmark in 2009. So at different locations, the different countries of the world gathered in order to find a solution to global warming, and lot many discussions and research papers were submitted so that the reason, the contributor of global warming, the different countries who are leading in global warming, so they can take some strong steps in order to protect the environment. Now, to stop global warming, different countries of the world had gathered at Stockholm and Copenhagen. So, what was the conclusion of the meetings that were held in two different places? So, that we'll be looking into. In the meeting, it was decided that developed nations were contributing to more pollution, and more restrictions were to be imposed on developed countries. So, in the meeting, it was decided that developed nations were making more contribution towards pollution. Since they are more developed and they have better equipments, better technology, so it leads to more pollution. So, because of their advanced development, they are least bothered about the environment. So they are leading in the environmental pollution. So they were advised to stop pollution and to fight against global warming and adopt healthy living and eco-friendly products. So in that situation, most of the developed countries denied towards accepting such practices and blamed the developing countries in contributing to pollution. So this kind of discussions were held and nothing much could come out from the meetings. But developed countries were given the warnings to curb towards their development and to work for the environment. Now we are coming towards the end of the session. I'm sure you all enjoyed this session well and learned something new and ways to prevent our environment. Now the task for home is to write down neatly 10 preventive measures to reduce global warming. So whatever way you feel you can protect our environment, so it can be more creative, something that should be your personal view over it, and you can list down 10 such preventive measures to reduce global warming. Apart from that, you can also make something out of the waste material. You can make a pen stand, paper bags, and you can use it daily, so that also will help in creating awareness towards others regarding the importance of preventing environment. Now for our next session, I'll be dealing with the next chapter, that is lesson number 8, role of parliament in a democratic country. Now in this particular chapter, I'll be discussing basically about parliament, the role of parliament in a democratic country, what is democracy, then the two main important houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So we'll be looking into these important topics as well as the parliament sessions. So this chapter is going to be very informative and very interesting. So I'm sure you're not going to miss out any of its sessions. And please keep on writing some of the important points that you discover while you go through this chapter, so that you can link with the chapter when I teach, so you will enjoy the session more better.